Well, then let's get this thing going. First, I want to thank you for inviting me. I'm going to show you today how to double student learning using brain-based learning strategies. I'll start with a little about what I do and then a little about the students I've helped and spend the bulk of my time on practical strategies. Let's begin with you don't have to be a superhero to learn how to learn super fast. They all started in Brooklyn, where I grew up in the projects. It wasn't a great place. It was like West Side Story without the dancing and music. I met Bernardo. He wasn't smiling and he wasn't dancing. But I found one safe place in my neighborhood was the library. Gang kids would rather be dead than caught in the library. So I read a lot and had college reading when I was 11. I went to the State University of New York, Binghamton when I was 17 to major in biology. And in the second half of my junior year, decided to also major in psychology. The dean said I wasn't smart enough. I'd have to do the 4-year psych program in 1 year, take 6 science courses, and 2 4-hour labs. Well, I did it in 1 year by learning how to read 80 pages a minute. I also scored an 800 on the graduate record exam in biology, putting me in the 99th percentile in the world. Did a program at Nightingale Conant, which made over 650,000 sales. And we double blind tested everyone, doubled or quadrupled in 4 hours with excellent comprehension. So this was a breakthrough. So let me show you what happened when I taught this to students. First, Stephen, he looks like a little boy. This is a little boy who finished college at 16 with a 4.0, all A's, majored in economics. He went to graduate school at 18 for a master's in math, graduated at 19 with a 397 GPA, all A's, 1B. He's now a professor at Yale. This is Justin, normal kid, C student at 11, learned how to learn, finished high school at 15, got his 2-year degree at 17, bachelor's at 19, master's in English at 21, college English professor at 22. Who would have predicted an 11-year-old C student would be an English professor at 22? And finally, these youngsters, the girl in the green's brother has Down syndrome, so they decided to help find a cure. And they read books on how to make a website. They learned how to do public speaking. In their first year, they made $93,000 for Down's research. And they won the Silver Pyramid, which is the Academy Award as the best not-for-profit company in America. They beat Red Cross and Rotary. And that's what happens when you teach learning. Most schools teach content. We taught how to learn before we did any content learning. So the first thing I'm going to go over is how do you learn? This is a big challenge for many students. They don't know what they're trying to find. What if I told you all you had to learn were 5 things? Just 5 things to master any subject. What are they? Vocabulary, names, numbers, main points, and questions. About 80% of learning something for the first time is learning the new words. Those are the bolded words, the italic words, the words that look different. Words that are in tables like glossaries. Numbers are important. Numbers, dates, statistics, formula, all have to be learned. Then there's the names and what did they do to get in your book? What did they accomplish? That's the third thing. The next thing is the main ideas. Look at the headings and subheadings and find the 5 big takeaways in each section. And finally, learn the answers to all the questions. We did this with a group of youngsters 11 to 15. We gave them a 30-chapter book in lifelong developmental psych, sophomore college course, and they were 11 to 15. They read the book in 1 week. 15 out of 18 took the AP test for the course and they passed it. So in 1 week, 15 out of 18 students aged 11 to 15 passed the sophomore college course in psychology using these strategies that I just showed you. The next thing I want to talk about is memory. It's all well and good to find information, but what about remembering it? There are many ways to remember. Over 3 hours of material, and we only have 20 minutes. So I'm going to show you one method. This is great for learning lists, and it's not a technique. It's actually a strategy you're going to want to learn. So 2 caveats. When I ask you to repeat, do that. You're going to want to remember this. Second, it was developed by the ancient Greeks. They found if you take a list you know and link it to a list you're learning, it takes less time. I'm going to bet everyone watching can count to 10. And that's how we're going to learn 10 things super fast. What are the 10 things we want to remember? You want to remember pole, shoes, tricycle, car, glove, gun, dice, gate, cat, and bowling pins. I'm willing to bet right now no one remembers the whole list backwards and forwards. In just 3 minutes, you'll know the whole list effortlessly. So let's look at what this list starts with. The number 1 looks like a pole. So when I say 1, you say pole. 1. Pole. Say it. Say it. It's very important you say it. You won't learn by watching. You learn by doing. The number 2 is shoes. You wear 2 shoes. When you see 2, what do you say? Say shoes. So say it. Shoes. 2 shoes. What was 1? Pole. 3 is a tricycle. There's 3 wheels on a tricycle. What's 3?
Tricycle.
Tricycle. What was 2?
Shoes.
What was 1?
Poles.
Oh, you're getting smarter. 4 is a car. There's 4 tires on a car. What's 4? Car. What was 2? Shoes. What was 1?
Poles.
What was 3? Tricycle. Outstanding. 5 is a glove. There's 5 fingers in a glove. So what's 5?
Gloves.
Glove. What was 3?
Tricycle.
What was 1?
Pole.
Excellent. Remember to say 6 gun. They loved them in Texas when they lived there. Cowboys have 6 guns. What's 6?
Gun.
What was 4? 4 tires?
Car.
What was 2?
Shoes.
Perfect. 2 was shoes. 7 is lucky in dice. If you're in a casino, you want a 7. 7 is dice. What's 7?
Dice.
5. What was 5? 5 fingers in a
Glove.
3.
Gloves.
Tricycle.
1.
Pole.
Perfect. We're almost done. Rhymes work. Say 8 skate. Say it. 8 skate.
8 skate.
8 skate.
What's 8?
Skate.
6. What did they love in Texas?
6 guns.
Good. 4.
Cars.
2.
Shoes.
Perfect. 9. How many lives does a cat have? 9. So 9 is a cat. What's 9?
Cat.
7's lucky in what game? You want to get a lucky 7 in the game of?
Dice.
Good. 5.
Glove.
5 fingers.
Glove.
3.
Tricycle.
1.
Pole.
Last one. You go bowling. How many pins? 10 pins in a bowling lane. What's 10?
Bowling pin.
Let's do the whole list together. What was 1?
Pole.
What was 2?
Shoe.
What was 3?
Tricycle.
What was 4?
Cars.
5.
Gloves.
6. Texas.
Guns.
Lucky 7.
Dice.
8 rhymes with. Have wheels on your feet. What is it? 8 skate. And what was 9? 9 lives.
Cat.
And what's 10? 10
Bowling
pins. Excellent. This is pegging. You just learned how to speed memorize numbers for school. Let's see how that works. Imagine you're in a room. The room is 314. How many times you go to a hotel, by the time you get into the lobby, you don't know the room number? We turn numbers into pictures. 3 is a tricycle. 1 is a pole. 4 is a car. By the way, the 0 is the 10 bowling pins. So it's tricycle, pole, car. Now make a movie. A tricycle hits a pole on a car. A tricycle hits a pole on a car. Tricycle. What number is tricycle?
3.
Hits a pole.
1.
On a car.
4.
And that's how you remember 314, which happens to be pi in geometry for measuring a circle. So youngsters can use this in science, math, and history to remember dates Adults use it to memorize room numbers, percentages, and so on. You see how easy it is? You can actually do this with a 3-year-old, and they will remember it. Now, the last thing is EQ, emotional intelligence. Most teachers will tell you the biggest challenge is students being undisciplined and lacking emotional self-control. I'm going to show you how to create unlimited energy. So when a student's taking a long exam, like a standardized test, they don't get too tired and fail to perform. How do you create a state? And this is the most important skill of all, emotional intelligence, self-control. I'm going to show you to create unlimited energy. For this, stand up for this one thing. I can't stand or I'll be too far from my mic, but you need to stand. I want you to take and do what I'm asking you. Take your left hand, touch your right shoulder. Take your right hand, touch your left shoulder. In fact, I'm going to stop sharing so you can see me better while I'm doing this. Okay, let me get back to the screen. Okay, can you see me on the screen okay?
Yes.
Okay, I don't see my, oh, there I am. Okay, left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left shoulder. Do this with me, left to right, right to left. It's like the Macarena, but without the music. Now we're going to do the same thing. Left hand to right knee, right hand to left knee. Left hand to right knee, right hand to left knee. If you're standing, both sides of your brain are doing something. Now grab your hand like I am with your thumb in your fist. Look closely. And I want you to say this like you mean it. I feel great. Yes. Do it with energy. Don't go, I feel great. If you go, I feel great, that's how you'll feel later. I feel great. Yes.
I feel great.
Excellent. We're going to do 3 sets of these at my speed, starting slowly. Shoulder taps. What? Remember to stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel? I feel great. Yes. A little faster the second time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel? I feel great. Yes. This time as fast as you can go. Watch your knees. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel? I feel great. Yes. Now, you know what happens when you do this 3 times? Nothing. Now, you probably would like something, so let me show you how that works. Remember Pavlov? He rang a bell, he fed a dog. He rang a bell, he fed a dog. He rang a bell, the dog drooled. You don't want to drool. Studies show the time it takes to create a new habit is 90 days. If you do this every day with your student for 90 days, now they need a burst of energy, or you need a burst of energy. You grab your thumb and say to yourself, I feel great, yes. And your brain remembers that's how you felt because you stimulated the left or right and both together. I taught this to the U.S. Special Forces at Fort Bragg and the Royal Thai Army in Bangkok so they could stay alert and not get killed because they didn't remember what they were taught because they were too tired. So emotional intelligence, that's extremely important to being successful. And I hope that you got that from me. I'm trying to get my slides to come back up. Clicking on the plus sign. Give me a second. It's not a very fast response. One more there. Share screen. Okay, there it goes. And I will go back to my slides. Can you see my slides okay?
Not yet.
Okay, well, when you do, let me know. I'm giving you my contact information if you have questions. My email is Mr. Reader, MRREADER, one word, MR, Mr. Reader, READER, Mr. Reader, no spaces, at MSN.com. That's Microsoft Network, MSN.com. My phone number is 214-952-9150. Again, if you have questions, 214-952-9150. And I have a gift, a free book on learning. If you go to howiebook.fun, www.howiebook.fun, there is a free book just for you on how to learn anything faster and better. And there's no charge for that book. It's just for you. Okay, I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to go back to the main screen, and I am done. I had to finish in 20 minutes. I believe I got in under the wire. So I've shown you how to pick the 5 things you need to learn. I showed you how to remember information and how to create positive states. There's about 40 hours of more material, but in 20 minutes, I can't squeeze it in. But I've had students as young as 11 have college classes and ace them. I wrote my last book in 5 hours. It went #1 on Amazon. I didn't have time to go into writing and the writing skill. There's a lot of other skills we could cover, maybe in a future webinar, but I want to give time now to some of the other wonderful speakers, and I will stay here to the end off screen. So at the end, if you have questions, I'll be here and ready to answer them. And I want to again thank you for having me. I hope I've given you the information that your audience can prosper from.